Default scope of Spring Beans. Okay, so Spring Bean means that we define a class that is going to be maintained and managed by Spring. So for example, this controller, and for example, this repository, and also this service, they are all Spring Beans. Okay, so the default scope means that the Spring only manage those classes and create objects from those classes in a fixed pattern. Okay, so the default scope means that if you don't do anything, so the Spring will only create a singleton of that class. Okay, so like only create one object of that bean. So it means that like our service, our controller, our repository, no matter how many times you call it, you use dependency injection to inject it to other places. Okay, so it only gonna create only one. All right, so I'll use a test as example. Okay, so I'll put this here, and we can use AutoWire, and let's just AutoWire this menu service. Okay, so menu service, and I'll do it twice. Okay, so menu service 1, menu service 2, and here, okay, so we can just print out menu service 1 equal to menu service 2. Okay, so it's very simple. We just inject the same object twice to this test class, and you can see it print out true. Right, so print out true means that, well, these two objects, they are actually same reference. So this is the default scope of Spring Bean, which is singleton. Okay, interview question. Now if we change this bean, okay, to our different scope, let's see if we change this bean to a prototype. Okay, so the prototype is not like singleton. Prototype means every time you do dependency injection, it will create a new object. So in this case, now they are going to be two different objects. Okay, so let's run this and see, it will now print false. Okay, so now it means that there are two different objects. Okay, so that's the default scope of Spring Bean, which is singleton. It's different from the singleton class design pattern. Okay, so the class don't have to be singleton class, but the scope is a singleton scope, means that Spring only create one object per Spring Bean. Okay, so that's it. Thanks.